Hello everybody, I'm Count Christo and welcome back to Creeper Arc Eternal. We're going to do another kind of podcasty stream today. Let's restart this world. Alright. Oh, it doesn't give me the intro if you restart it. Never mind, something's going on here. I really should have seen the introduction, seen what it was. We have totems, which means we can get tech. That's good. What the heck is that thing? A Bertha. What the hell? You power it and then you use it as a gun? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we need to connect to the Berthas. Here's the main emitter. We've got a bunch of spore emitters. And those things, I think, grow to become spore emitters. Loads of spore emitters. Quite a few emitters. This is going to be a tough level. Play Odis, Congren, and the Three Bigots. That doesn't sound like my kind of song. Okay, these guys... Okay, you can never... These guys can never get to us. This creation thing. We'll never be able to actually send... What's it called at us? That's good to know. So we basically dominate the outside. Then hit them in the center with some bombing runs and some sprayers and that kind of thing. Woo, colours are back. Glad to hear it, Gandalf. Alright, that's enough talking about the game. Just tell me about the audio balance, would you, chat? How have your weekends been, chat? By the way, I figured out you could redeploy these. Mine has gone rather well. I finalised plans to move into my new house. When I say house, I mean flat. I also found out you can click drag these, and they go at like the right distance to be evenly spread over an area. So we're going to do that, I think, to begin with. These things are spreading fast. So what are you emitting? 25.5? Okay. You can't hear anything? You're lying to me. Oh, that's loud. That might be too loud. Hang on, let me see the audio bar. Oh yeah, that's way too loud. Alright. Why is escape not menu? Like, who made this game? Sounds. Let's try that. That's better. Play the Bhutanese album. You'd like that, wouldn't you? No, I will not play the Bhutanese album. Anthem. How long have we got until the spores fire? Yeah, I thought so. These things build into spore carriers. They're at 12%. We've got a while. What are those? What the heck are those? I'm guessing those like cut lines. And we need to destroy these things in order to stop them moving around. That's my guess. Let's keep expanding out. Play Albania is cancelled. Is that a band or a song? Could be. Sounds like it could be either. Cancel CCP. Oh yeah. So my girlfriend went to look at. I can't believe this. I'm so mad I wasn't there. My girlfriend went to look at my new house today. My new flat. Well, I haven't had a flat before, but this is a new flat. It's like, it's not a replacement flat, but you see what I mean. And she gets out off the tube, right? Outside the tube station. It's a bunch of freaking communists. With, like, proper Soviet Union flags and everything. Like, pamphleting. I'm so upset that I wasn't there. Would have been great. Did you accidentally move to Moscow? No, this is in London. In central London. Well, central-ish. I was mortified to know that there were any we hadn't thrown out of helicopters yet. Did she shoot the commies? No, she did not shoot the commies. They don't approve of that in the Law Society. Unfortunately. She's a pussy. Don't be rude about my girlfriend just because she didn't shoot the communists. Oh, but yeah, I can't believe it. I don't... I mean, this is kind of... I feel like among people that play historical games, this is just an obvious truth. But, like, if the Nazi Party is illegal in the UK, which I believe it is, then so should the Communist Party be. They should both be illegal. Does anyone disagree? I'm actually curious if there's going to be anyone in chat that doesn't agree with that. And I'm not saying you're not welcome to alternate opinions, but I would be surprised. Finally, someone has some sense. Ban the Labour Party, to be honest. Don't ban the Labour Party. The Labour Party are unfathomably moderate by comparison to, like, the actual freaking Communist Party. Let's get a forge built. Start building some reactors. That might put us into energy deficit, we'll see. But let's just kill all the commies. I'm not saying we should kill all the communists. But if you're... But, alright, so here's why the Communist Party should be illegal. The Communist Party advocates for the violent overthrow of the government. How the hell are you allowed to advocate? Hello, Martin Man Gaming. Subscribe for 15 months in a row. That is insane. How are you doing, Martin? Where were you again? Because it's been a while. We've missed you. Where have you been, good sir? You haven't seen this game before, right, Martin? It's very kind of you, Martin, to subscribe. I hope you're not going to turn out to be a communist now, otherwise I may have to ban you. No, I wouldn't ban you. But I had a brief moral outrage. Because treason is a crime in the UK, I think. Right? Someone look up UK treason law for me. I bet it's a crime to advocate the overthrow of the government. Corbyn advocates the deposing the monarchy. Get this man away from the premiership. He's not near the premiership. You don't need to worry. Working 2 jobs, man. And keeping up with the YouTube videos. Well, I'm glad I've been able to provide you some entertainment on your many jobs. Well done for holding down 2 jobs. That is insanely impressive. Most recently, the 1998 Crime and Sword Act formally abolished the death penalty for treason, replacing it with maximum punishment of life imprisonment. Nazi propagandist was the last person to be tried. Define treason? Oh, crap. How did that happen? Oh, these things probably attack in a range around them. Okay. How do I... What's destroy? What's the hotkey for destroy? Get your gaming PC soon so we can game soon. Sweet! Get you in a multiplayer. That'll be fun. Destroy. Destroy. Must be somewhere here. There it is. Shift X. Cool. We've got a little bit more time. I want to get... Okay, good. We've got guns online. Should at least be able to hold the creep back a bit now. Maybe throw down some mortars. Is that enough to hold it back, do you reckon? I'm guessing no. So I'm going to put a couple more in. It's a bit tough to fit stuff. We're going to do some terraforming around here. Hey, darling, how are you this fine evening? Well, we're just talking about communism, honey. Because there was a bunch of communists outside my house today. Not my current house. The house I'm moving into. And not outside the house, but at the nearest tube station. There are a bunch of communists on the street with communist flags and all that kind of stuff. Hello, Christo's girlfriend. Christo's girlfriend is not here. She was just telling me about it. Unless she's in chat and I didn't notice. I don't think she is. Here, let me check. No, my girlfriend's not in chat. She's busy anyway. She shouldn't be in chat. She should be studying. Still running a bit of an energy deficit. It's going to be a problem. We need to get those beam weapons charged. Why are they there? Well, they were like street preachers, like Jehovah's Witnesses, right? But for Stalin. I mean, that's amazing. What? It's Comtesse. Comtesse de Morsif is her name. on Twitch. It's not her actual name. I don't date a comtesse, sadly. 33 seconds? We should have time to charge the beams. Christian communism is a thing. Is it? That's really, really stupid. And not just because Christianity and communism are both... Anyway, but because communism advocates, like, ultimate equality. And Christianity holds there is a supreme being to whom, by definition, no one is equal. Nazi communism is a thing. Well, is that true? Nazi, like, socialism is a thing, because the Nazis were, in some senses, socialists. Nazi communism, though? That doesn't sound right. We haven't... I mean, there's a lot of goop. I know it's not called goop in this map. Like, we might need to be quite careful. We might lose the first one. It actually is, Christo. It's called Nazi Bowl. What is that? What did you say about my Christianity? When you've got to seize the means of production at 6, but kill the Jews at 7. That is not a pleasant sentence. Alright, that's a lot of spores. I'm hopeful that the beams will bring them down. Okay, that was good. They're almost out of charge, though. We're going to be in a bad way. Wait, why aren't I getting... Okay, we are. We're charging this thing. We're just not charging it enough because we're so low on energy. Alright. Give me the more reactors. Nazi bowl. What? I don't know. Don't look at me. I don't know what you're talking about. I just go with it. Chat tells me there's some kind of weird Nazi communist party. I believe him. Just raise up this area a bit. Make it a little bit less hectic. That'd be good. Here come some more spores. Ooh, that one might be going too far out to the side. That could be a problem. I don't know if he's going to come in range for long enough for us to kill him. Yes, he did. Good, good, good. Christo is Nazi Bowl. What are you talking about? It's Nazbol. Okay. Well, you said they were Nazis, so I just assumed that would be what it would be called. Doesn't seem overly unfair to me. I legit have no idea what's going on in this game. Alright, I'll do a... it's fairly near the beginning of the... I mean, there's already been 12 minutes, so no one's still watching on YouTube if they've no idea what's going on. But the premise of this game is you are these bases down here, and you spread your network of interlocking little nodes, and you try and destroy these things, which spread out this blue stuff as well. I guess it's kind of purpley, which is called creep. You destroy it with your guns, and then you get close enough to them to destroy them. And your creep, if it interacts with any of your stuff, like if it touches you, it kills you. So you have to be careful. And we're currently just... And there's different levels, so you can see that, like, the ground here. Look, just here. The ground here is level 2. Up here, it's level 6. Then the purple stuff is the creep on top of it. Just play 10 minutes of the game. What? Oh. Are we holding them off? Yeah, we had enough charge. It's a little bit close each time. Especially if they're going to send several in quick succession. But this seems to be working. We're slowly, very slowly losing ground here. But I want to put all my income into energy efficiency. But anyway, yeah, so they were apparently, you know, they were just communists in London. Which made me a little irritated that I wasn't there. Because I would have had a go at them. Which would have been entertaining. But oh well. So tomorrow's Monday. That's not ideal. Oh well. I'm kind of looking forward to tomorrow, actually. I've got some exciting stuff that may be happening at work. So that could be good. Kropu has a gun ready for the moment he finds a communist. Who is Kropu? Or is that meant to be me? Oh, hey, we have another thing online. What do you call them? The totems are getting some charge now, finally. That's good. Do you have any Titans on this level? No, we haven't unlocked... Oh, well, yeah, the Forge. But I think this is the one we unlock... Someone told me about Berthas. So, I think this is the one we unlock Berthas on. Which would be interesting. Move speed or efficiency. Packet speed seems good to me. It's funny, because there's... What does... Here, trains, you sound like you know what this game is. What is construction speed? Does it lower the construction cost? Oh, crap. Hang on. Does it lower the construction cost? Why can't I put it right there? Does it lower the construction cost, or does it just... This is going to be a problem. Yeah, no, he can't get there in time. Damn. Well. Get ready. These things drop a whole bunch of creep when they hit. Yeah. Yeah. So you should maybe back off a bit. Or we could just hot drop him in. See if he can clear it out, along with this guy. Good luck. Hold it back. Do. Oh no, are they destroying the... Can this thing die? No, it's 100% health, okay. Okay, now you can take his place up there. And you as well. Good. Did anyone Google the definition of treason in the UK for me? Someone do that, please. I'm sincerely very interested as to whether or not being a communist, being a member of the Communist Party of Britain is actually treason. If nothing else, because the Star Wars memes could be quite good. Let's get a bit more energy storage. Offences constituting high treason include plotting the murder of the sovereign, committing adultery with the sovereign's consort, the sovereign's eldest or unmarried daughter or the wife, levying war against the sovereign, giving aid or comfort, or attempting to undermine the lawfully established line of succession. Undermining the lawfully established line of succession. So Corbyn, then. So maybe not then. Maybe being a communist wouldn't. But what about... What about... Is there a specific crime about plotting to overthrow the government? Because it seems like the kind of thing there would be something that said you weren't allowed to do. Like, maybe you should prohibit plans of domestic terrorism. Just maybe. Berthas are glorious. Construction speed essentially makes whatever you're trying to construct take less material. Okay, cool. I thought it would be that, but I wasn't sure. So it's very nice to have a confirmation. Thank you. Oh god, another one's going down there, and I didn't build a freaking beam in reaction to the previous one because I'm a dumb man. We should just get a few more beams like this just to be safe. How too loud is the in-game sounds, by the way? They seem to sound a little too loud to me. I think I'm going to drop it just a touch lower. How about domestic anti-terrorism? What? You're going to ban domestic anti-terrorism? That doesn't sound right. I assume that's not what you meant. I assume I've misread it or misunderstood you somehow. Should it be illegal to be a communist in the UK? I don't know. Maybe. It depends what you actually advocate. Because if you're not allowed to advocate a change in government, then government would never change. So you must be allowed to advocate a change in government. Should you be allowed to advocate a violent change in government? If you prohibit advocating a violent change in government, then what do you do if your government becomes a tyranny? Or maybe at that point you just have the assumption that if your government's a tyranny, no laws apply. I mean, that seems kind of sensible to me. Like in the case of like I wouldn't object if people disobeyed Hitler's Germany, for example. I don't think that's a particularly controversial position. But that seems sensible to me, right? How would you define a tyranny? Excellent question. I think a tyranny is a government such that it is not morally wrong to violently oppose it. I'm sorry, okay. To move... to levy war against the sovereign in order to force or constrain to compel her to change her measures or counsels, in order to put in force or constraint upon, in order to intimidate or otherwise or overawe both houses or either house of parliament, or to move to stir any foreigner to invade the United Kingdom or any other country belonging to the sovereign. Okay, it's treasonous felony to oh, here we go, yeah. Sorry, it's the discussion above that. The comment above that. Compass? What? Compass. What does that mean? Imagine, invent, desire, or intend to deprive the sovereign of the crown. Alright, there we go. Communist Party of the UK and Jeremy Corbyn could both be arrested under that. Right? And I'm not saying they should be. Necessarily. Yet. As an Irishman, the IRA will work fighting for the freedom of Ireland. They've seen the British as terrorists, but to the Irish as heroes. Different viewpoints. Yeah. So, like, the thing about, I think independence movements are different. So there's tyranny which you wish to reform, and then there's something you see as tyranny from which you wish to depart, right? And I think those are just essentially different things, and should be considered separately. So if well, do I think this? If a government denies you the right to self-determination, should you automatically be allowed to be violent in order to enforce your right of self-determination? Probably not, just because it would lead to too much domestic terrorism. But I do think you have a right to self-determination, so the international community ought to agitate in favour of you obtaining your right to self-determination, in my view. Because I think you have such a right, which should be defended. No, use democratic means. Well, yes, obviously. We're assuming all democratic means have failed. Otherwise, of course, preferably don't, like, start killing each other when there's easy solutions available. Obviously. But if, let's say, you are Crimea, and the Ukrainian government has just, the democratic Ukrainian government has just been overthrown by a bunch of people who are not all fascists, but include a bunch of fascists. Should you be allowed to violently oppose the Ukrainian government? Considering it's not a lawful government, I think maybe in that situation, yes. But I'm not sure. Don't do an illegal Catalonia, because then no one will help you, because you're illegal. Let me talk about Catalonia for a moment, because that is, what you've just said is incredibly stupid, Kaiser. And I like you, so, you know, don't take offense. But that's an incredibly stupid thing to say. If a country doesn't want a part of it to split off, of course trying to split off is illegal. But the point is, you're wanting to not follow their laws. Why the hell do you care what they think is illegal? That's just it's a ridiculous argument, which would result in everyone always remaining under any oppressive government, as long as that oppressive government controlled the legislature, which, surprise, surprise, most oppressive governments tend to control their own legislature. Assassinate Corbyn if Labour is put in power. Count Christo 2018. That is not even close to what I said, and I'm sure you know that. Oh, damn, we placed that stupidly. Where's that? 5 for ore mine? Yeah. Where was the other ore? Have I buried it somewhere? I swear there was more ore than this. I'm trying to look for it behind things now. We built way too many reactors. But that doesn't matter. Let's just get a few more guns just to make sure all our sides are covered and we have something to push forward. So let's actually just build a selection of guns so that we can push with them when we need them. Can I form a domestic... Would you stop spamming, Zeph? Can I form a domestic anti-terrorist group and kill commies? No, you can't, because vigilantism is also illegal. Obviously. I have an idea of what I think we should try and do. I'm going to see if I can... I've never pushed with terraformers before. I've seen it done. On I've watched a couple of episodes of what Let's Plays of this game, which is why I know it exists. There you go. Video games industry, by the way. Let's Plays do give you sales sometimes. I know most companies are aware of this, but just Nintendo, just sod off Nintendo. Not that I'd want to play any of their games, because Mario is a trash video game series, but the the principle of the thing irritates me. You go, just finish off these 3. I guess if the government is already communist and they don't allow me to kill communists, then they're bigots. What are you... Sonic is way better. No. I've never heard... Link from the Past was alright. Shadow Princess was kind of cool, pretty much just because it was on the Wii. I have never enjoyed any other Nintendo games, to my knowledge. Oh, like some like Wii Fit was fun just because it was novel. Other than that, I don't think I know of any Wii games that I would say I enjoyed. I think we're gonna build some strafers, just to be able to drive back the creep when we need to. There we go. That should be enough. Oh god, I went into negative. That's okay. We should be able to hold them off. If we need to, we can... Yeah, in fact, I will do that. Let's turn off all our terraformers. Just to save energy for a second here. Didn't realise how much that was suddenly going to spend. Let's get some more energy efficiency. Okay, there we go. Now we're almost back on the level. Zeph is woke for Chris. Too woke for Chris, though. Alright, you can rearm these now. We dealt with those spores. These guys are fully charged anyway. We should be fine. Catalonia. What was this, sorry? Didn't they break international polling laws? Well, they held a poll without the consent of the government was the reason it was being called unconstitutional. But they were saying that's the point, right? It's so stupid. They're like, oh, what Catalonia did is unconstitutional. Well, the Spanish constitution says no one may ever be independent from Spain. Are you telling me if the British constitution in 1945 said no one may ever be independent from Britain, the Raj would just have to stay? Is that the case being made? That if the government says you can't leave, you can never leave? That's ridiculous. It's just a stupid position. Because obviously the government doesn't want you to leave. The government owns you. It just strikes me as very silly that you would care what the government you're trying to split from thinks. Be like the UK, who are a civilized Western government in matters of people desiring independence, unlike the Spanish government. When people wanted independence from us, we heard them out and we let them decide, and they decided to stay, perhaps because we're nicer to them. Christo is a revolutionary confirmed. Did you not hear me? Talking about how it's treasonous to be revolutionary, and I think we should lock anyone up that is. There are just certain exceptions to this rule, such as if you're being denied your right to self-determination, as signed off on by the Spanish government in the UN, incidentally. Stupid, hypocritic Spanish government. We should do a game in Hoi 4 as Catalonia. Alright, let's, where are we going to terraform next? We've planned it out a bit here. I want to get this Bertha. I think we should just cut our way towards this Bertha. So what I'm actually going to do is get like all our terraformers in the south. Get all these guys down here. And then I want a high wall. Oh, actually, you know what we could do? I've never done this before. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. I have a plan. Give me like a... Actually, it doesn't need to be big, does it? Just a 1 high 10 wall there. And then we can just funnel all of the goop into one place and fight it there, rather than... Or in fact, we could just cut off the goop from ourselves and then just mortar it into oblivion. That's going to work, isn't it? That's going to be a fun strategy. Because with a bunch of mortars, you can put out a stupid amount of damage. You can prompt yourself to say, oh, that's a lot of damage. Alright, and also just... Do we want to strafe them up here? Is there any point? Like, we might as well just let it get stupid deep over here, right? It's 37 layers deep right here. That's crazy. I I think we only need the strafers when we're going to push, so I'm going to leave them grounded for now. Catalonians should assassinate Spain. That's not what I said. Should I go for jail for wanting a monarchy? What do you mean? No, you should go to jail if you wanted to violently overthrow the current system in favor of a monarchy. Where are you again, Zeph? You're in Poland. If you were advocating violently overthrowing your current government in favor of monarchy, yes, you should go to jail. Because that's just like... That's the same as conspiracy to commit murder. You know, if I wanted to kill Lambert and just planned to kill Lambert, that would be conspiracy to commit murder, which would be a crime. Yeah, but I'm a citizen of Poland. So? That doesn't give you immunity to the law. What? Why? I don't understand. What do you mean, but I'm a citizen of Poland? I want to kill Lambert, Crispy 2018. Idiot, you didn't read above. Sorry. Should I go to jail for wanting to... I'm going to jail then. You didn't read the above. So I'm not British, so I'll just shoot snipers from Sealand. Which is the above bit you wanted me to read? Put your messages in one freaking message. Is it this hard? I'm gonna disarm these. I want to create like a totally locked in section where we're just safe. It just seems fun to kind of entirely defeat the point of this game. There are other people in the chat. Yeah, but I'm trying to play a game here, man. And keep up a conversation. Just tell me which bit you wanted me to know, and then I'll know it. No. Alright. You don't have to. You also want some bombers. There we go. Nice. Oh, I'm gonna go in like probably almost immediately, like in a couple of minutes. But I shall return after that. So I may actually just cancel that one. There we go. Wow, we've got so much technology. Okay, give me fire rate, please. And we're going to need some packet mood speed for sure. Christo, I like you, Kaiser. Continue to not read anything I said. You send too many messages, Kaiser. Send your messages at once. You missed my stuff about international polling bodies. No, I didn't. I replied to that. See, this is the problem with you people. Where's that other ore? I swear there was some ore down here somewhere. But I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. I would like to get this ether too. You never replied. You replied about the Constitution. You said there is international polling. Didn't international polling bodies say? And I said I don't think it was that. The whole thing about it being illegal was over the Constitution. Because I don't think you're right that it was an international polling body issue. The claims about it being illegal were mostly about the Spanish Constitution. The ones I heard, anyway. There could be others. I could have missed them. It's entirely possible. And it's kind of hard to follow international polling regulations when the police are stealing your freaking ballot papers. So fair enough if they weren't able to stick to the strictest of regulations. They were in a slightly pressured situation. And yes, it's not theft if it's legal. This is correct, I know. Kaiser, stop sending 4 messages at once. 4 messages are 4 times as daunting to read as a streamer, just so you know. It's much easier if you keep everything in one coherent message, rather than requiring me to read several messages to understand what you're trying to get at. I tell you this as a friend. Alright, there we go. Get one to come down and do this. Okay, there we go. We're locked in. Right? No, not quite in the north. Where can I fit you? There, good. Right. Give me some more packet move speed, please. Oh, they're just coming in here. Okay. Give me that spot, please. Okay, so now it can't get to us until it reaches 10 height. Here it's at 8 already. But now we can deal with it much easier because mortars do massively increased damage when they hit deep creep. So by creating this kind of intentionally deep creep, we're going to be able to do colossal damage with mortars very, very cheaply, which will leave us free to power just stupid numbers of strafers and bombers, with which we will expand our glorious base. Like so. We're kind of a lot better if we actually organize these a bit better. Took a little extra time now. Why isn't Shift X delete them anymore? I don't understand. You. Destroy. Destroy. I don't know why it's not working. Doesn't matter. Give me a few more of those. More efficiently placed. There we go. And we'll see if this number of mortars is sufficient to hold them back. Hold it back, I guess. More appropriate language to use when referring to like a goop, basically. The only people who deserve independence are the Basques, as they have a different culture and a unique gene pool. Kaiser, please don't be racist in my chat. Strafer lover. What is this achievement? Build 50 strafers. Cool. Why the hell does it matter if they have a different gene pool? Why does that affect their right to self-determination? You don't get different rights based on your gene pool. I think that goes without saying. How on earth are you being racist? You're saying they deserve extra rights because they're a different genetic makeup. What? Just give that a name for me. It wasn't important. It was rule of 3. Alright, fair enough. Different culture, language, and gene pool. None of that matters. You have a right to self-determination. Your right to self-determination is guaranteed by the United Nations and by the International Declaration on Human Rights. That right to self-determination is not predicated on anything. How did your troops just desert you when you're crossing the Mediterranean? What do you mean? In what game? How did that not dig all the way down to the bottom of the creep? That was a crazy number of bombs we just dropped. Oh god, that uses so much of our energy when we recharge the strafers. It's crazy. But there, now we can hold them back with like 6 mortars and nothing else. That's crazy good. Oh, I missed a spot. There we go. Nice. You guys can all return to base. Who's still dropping bombs? Oh, it's the mortars, right? Christopher, finish reading the message. Sorry. The other separatists are just people who were given rights under the Spanish, so were not standardized into the Spanish language and culture. Yes, but essentially, my position is, if a group of people wish to be independent, for whatever reason, they should be allowed to be independent. Because otherwise they are being governed, they are being forceful, they are being governed by force. And you should not be allowed to govern someone by force unless they do something to deserve it. Like the Iraqis before the invasion of Iraq. Or they didn't do something to deserve it, I guess. Their government did something to deserve it. But other than situations like removing a despot, you should only be allowed to govern people with their consent, in my view. So this plan here is to get these people, these strafers, strafe this area, and then terraform it, basically, like this. Once we've cleaned it out. See if this works. I just say Basque has more historical legitimacy. I don't care about historical legitimacy, but I can see how you would, so fair enough. Guys, stop putting your messages in like 5 different things. Just put them in one message. It's so easy. Let's lay out some bombers as well. It's going to crush my anti-creep reserves, but hey, if you don't use it, what is it for? The Roman mob is bigger than you think. It reaches as far as India. Doesn't have China. I thought it had China, the EU one. I'm sure the EU one had China, doesn't it? There's a new one. No, the EU one. You're using your strafe and bombers the wrong way around. Yeah, I think I knew that, actually. You're meant to use the strafes to suppress, I have heard. Is that correct? Like, you put the strafes on the producer and the bombers to clear out an area. So you do, like, this, basically. You're talking about Mountain Blade. Oh, right, okay. What are you more in favor of? Monarchy, communism, or fascism? Monarchy and fascism could be the same thing. Communism and fascism could be fairly similar. So my choices are fascism or communism, essentially. Because monarchies, there's no unified style of governance in a monarchy beyond... Would you shoot just here for me, please? That would be great. Just you, excuse me, could you just... Please? Oh, no, I can do this. Put these guys up on the wall. Bombers should focus on low creep areas, strafers on highland. Okay, good to know, thank you. Looks like we can completely suppress this one. Nice. In that case, just give me a little quick and dirty nullify before this anti-creep goes away. See if we manage it. And the second anti-creep round. Thank you for the tip, by the way. That's very helpful. Should be like here. Oh, they go out even when they're not full. Okay. We can't support nearly this many bombers, by the way, which is why we can't use them kind of continuously. More governance in a monarchy. As you can shoot right here, please. What? We're a monarchist French general in the French Revolution. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Are we going to be able to get there in time? We've got a lot of anti-creep deployed. That's interesting how they drop more anti-creep on the actual start target and the end target. Or is that all they do? Do they just drop it in 2 locations? Maybe they only had enough to drop it in 2 locations, so they evenly spread it and they had enough for 2 bombs? That's my guess. Oh, it's going to be close. Can they hold it back long enough? I think they can. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to do it. Nice. Which means we're going to be in range of this Bertha, which is pretty sweet. Oh, I missed. Alright, strafers. I need you to quit it. Alright, strafers, go suppress this guy. And how big a stretch? Does it matter? You were going to say something that you said you can shoot right here, please. Oh, right, I see. More Covenant Cinema you can shoot right here, please. Yeah, that's quite funny. Oh no, but these things are going to kill it, right? Let's find out. See what these things do. They kill it. Okay. How do we deal with these things? We kill that thing, I assume. How do we... Oh, we get to it from over here, I suppose. Okay. That seems doable. Give me a bunch of guns, please. Seems perfectly fine to me. Give them some alternate routes for the furthest north guns. As long as strafers are shooting at deep enough creep, it's fine. Ah, right, because if they fire like this, they're not firing at deep enough creep, basically. So they're like mortars, essentially. Okay. I can understand that. So let's have them do something more like this. Just so they're consistently shooting at the deeper area. Or essentially, I think we just have too many strafers. We should probably get beams covering our ass out here as well. Move forwards the relay. Beautiful. And then turret creep. Minecraft style. Ah, but don't get too close to these guys, of course. So, they're going to shoot this thing now? Is that how it works? Is Christo moving his cannons? Look, I do it sometimes, okay? Just because I don't do it often. Oh crap, we're actually negative on energy right now. It's alright, we can do this. And should be alright again. More or less. Oh yes, I established that build speed was actually really useful for making things cheaper, so we should get some of that. What was it that suddenly killed our energy? Probably refilling all the stupid number of strafers we have, my guess. Oh yes, we should also just give me a smallish anti-creep here, please. And no, not there. Same guys, just here to here. Here to here. There we go. And give me the terps, please. Give me the top terps up, and that should be good. We can do this. Good. Oh, will those things shoot my planes? We'll find out, I guess. I think everything is a bit like mortars. Oh, okay. Good to know. Are they going to shoot my planes down? It looks like they do not have anti-air fitted on these guys. That's good news. Their air defense is low. I don't know if you'll be in range there. Might be. See you later, Kaiser. Christo, play Polish folk music. No, but I am going to change off this music. Have the, yeah. What should we have? Let's see what it suggests after that one. Inquisition music. Let's have some Skyrim for a bit. Okay, there we go. Oh, no, not quite. There we go. We need to move these guys up. Throw a relay down. I don't know if that'll reach the further right ones. And siphon out that ether, which is why we're doing this in the first place. Great. Oh, what just happened? Torp lost. Oh, yeah, those things. I kind of forgot about those. Yeah. Well. Hopefully they're not in range of these ones. And this guy can do that once the power reaches him. Why isn't this guy terraforming this? Oh, because there's freaking stuff on it. Hey, you guys. Could you do a little real targeted shot for me? No, they killed the relay. It's fine. I think these guys are far enough back. Well, I need to seal it off. There we go. Good. Just get some snipers. Snipers kill them! I didn't know that. Can snipers shoot over stuff? No. Let's just do a little bit of brush size 3 here. Raise the land a little bit. Replace those lost ones. Alright, bombers, return to your previous task. Keep this guy well and truly suppressed. Thing is, maybe we should just do it like this. And then you send just a few of... Oops. You send just a few of them to do something else. Why couldn't I give them orders then? It's weird. Let me try again. You guys. Here to here. Good. And then just like you guys, just a very small number, do something more like this. And then, you know, if I could deselect them, for some reason it's not deselecting these guys. I don't understand. And some of them could do like this. And we could keep it fully suppressed and then just clear out all the rest. That should work. You can use sprayers to gather unnecessary anti-creep to be used again. Ah! Good to know. Some of it's being used down here, so I don't mind. But once we've got this area more cleared, that's a very good point. Can they do it from, like, their full range? I'd love that. Let's build some sprayers. Get this stuff as well. I think it works like a vacuum. You mean it has to be on the tile? Alright, enable AC collection field. Looks like it's doing it from a long range. That's sweet. Sprayer lost. Right, now it's a bit too far forwards. Alright, snipe the bejesus out of them. I want to see all of them die as they come around this corner. So how do we kill this thing? Do we nullify it? Yes, we nullify it. Okay. There we go. Somehow found some mushrooms while crossing Ruba accounts. I gave them to my men and now they're even more pissed than they were before. Whoops. Nice one. Okay, max out energy efficiency. Give me some more ore efficiency. This guy, he's collecting it. Oh, there we go. Dispatch excess as ore. I kind of thought it would do that automatically. But fair enough. Okay, now we've killed those lot. Where next? I guess... Wait, what happened to my nullifier? Killed my nullifier. Bastards. Let's try putting it there. Slightly higher up. Is he in range? He's not. Good. So he should be fine here. And then we can get to the Bertha. We could start sniping them now, actually. We need to clear out this area. The anti-creep was all that was holding them back. Give me a... Well, no. Come on, let's just go big. Give me a massive anti-creep dump. Where do I want it, actually? Where is this... Where has this creep come from? Here. Is that producing creep? Yeah. So give me like a big anti-creep dump. Right on top of it. And move these guns down here. And these ones. And these ones. Keep not switching which tab I'm on when I'm trying to build relays. Strafers first, then bombers. Oh yeah. Well, we'll just see if this works. I'm sure it's thoroughly unoptimal. But we're going to do it anyway. Because I already gave them the order. No, I shouldn't do it. Alright, alright. All of you guys, return to base. Fine. I'll play the game properly. Alright, you guys. Strafe. And then actually, some of you remain on the original target. Just so that this one doesn't start getting out of control again. Yay, he's doing it properly. Whoa, Oblivion music right as I launch the Skyrim mod. This isn't Oblivion music, this is Skyrim music. Alright, you guys, by the time you get there, they'll be done. Back you go. I've changed my mind again. Just do this. They'll be fine. That one won't be. But they'll probably be fine. We lost one. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so now I think all we have to do is get a relay in range of this thing. Like so. Like so. Oh, crap. Run! Run for your lives! I completely forgot about that. Just annihilate them with snipers. I'm pretty sure this is in Oblivion. Oh, it's fair enough. It might be in both. Ah. It's gonna get my snipers. No. At least get a shot off. Okay, got some of them. I know what we could do. First off, back off a bit. Alright, move the guns in again. We got it under control with this guy. If we just powered him, that would help. Post-strat. Strafers, then bombers, then the transport plane, then turrets. Yeah. It's called the Guppy. That does sound good. Oh, look at this guy's range. We could see it if we took him off for a second and then tried to build another one. Oh, that is sweet. I like how you called the transport plane a he. Where is it coming from to end up on here? Is it spawning over here? Anyway, give me a Bertha. I want to see what this baby can do. Okay, Bertha. Shoot this thing. Oh, it turns so slowly. It feels weighty. Take it out, Bertha. How much ammo does it need to fire? 50? No. Maybe it needs full ammo to fire. It's possible. Sounded a lot like a Deus Ex hacking minigame sound effect just then. Go on, Bertha, do it. Do it. What? Relay loss? Oh yeah, fair enough. Bertha. Fire. I want to see what it does. This is supposed to be a podcast, Crumpy. It's true. I haven't been very podcasty so far. What are other good podcast games? Well, you need to give me something to bounce off, chat. Say something ridiculous again. Here it goes. Here it goes. Boom. Fire. It's not firing. Oh, we've got 500 stuff in the forge. Give me all the ore efficiency in the world. Fire, Bertha. Or is it that thing? Now will it fire? What am I doing wrong? Ridiculous statement. Gender studies are necessary. I think. I don't know. You could. I mean, you could do like. I agree that as far as I know, and I haven't read the syllabus of a gender studies course, so I don't know much. But from what you hear, why isn't my Bertha firing? Let me figure this out first. Maybe you can't aim it there. That's why it's red. Go here. Ooh, it's not red. Let's see. Go on, do it. Yes! How much energy did that use up? It used up all the ammo at once. Boom! That is cool. That is very cool. Okay, you guys. Come clear out the lower bit for a second. You could take gender studies as a secondary course. That's interesting. There could be a gender studies course that would be productive and useful, I think. Like, I could design a syllabus. Or I could, not maybe I can design a syllabus. That's a little bit pretentious. I have no idea how to design a syllabus. I could conceive of a syllabus, which would be helpful if people were to study it. Talking about, you know, modern issues in, modern gendered issues, basically. Like, I don't know, discrimination lawsuits and that kind of thing. You three just come over here. Also, you, I think, did you actually do your collecting? Oh no, you're actually firing it, okay. Oh, I'd like you to collect, please. The post-Lithuanian Commonwealth was more democratic than the EU. That is an incredibly stupid statement, but that is what I asked you to say. So the undemocratic thing about the EU is that the elected part of the legislature can't propose legislation. But it does pass legislation, which is, you know, not an insignificant power to have. It's worth noting. Hey Cody, how you doing? I think maybe we should do warships after this mission. I think having a whole course about gender studies, having a whole master's degree in gender studies, is putting things out of proportion. That's a good point. Do I agree? Yeah, probably. It'd be kind of like doing a history course on just, like, the Western Front in World War II or something. You'd be missing out on too much. It should be part of like a. What would the course be? Relay lost. Where? Where would we lose a relay? Here? Oh yeah, is there some kind of subspace spores thing going on over here? Maybe. It would be part of a sociology, right? Discrimination club. What is a discrimination club? What is this whole argument about? Well, I asked chat to say something unreasonable for me to disagree with, and he said there could be, like, gender studies are useful or something. And I think there could conceivably be a useful gender studies course. Cody, did you play World Warships yet? There was a creeper. There was... Do you mean as creeper? Or is a creeper a thing? Like, I would have thought it had to be some creeper. But maybe, yeah, maybe it's a mistype. You haven't played it more. That's fine. Have you got it downloaded? Because we should play it in a bit, once I finish this mission, I think. I don't know. I'm not able to... I wanted to play Creeper so I could podcast. I think maybe I need to play Creeper a bit more so I can play it more AFK. Zeph can play. I don't think I invited you, Zeph. I'm kidding. If you want, you can do some cycles. I'm obviously kidding, Zeph. All right, let's shoot for the win here. I want to know what he meant by discrimination club. I want to know what I said. That sounded like discrimination club. It's sociology, right? That would make sense for gender studies to be a subsection of. That's probably the department that would give you a that would have split off it a gender studies department. But yeah, you're right. It seems strange to have an entire gender studies department because it's not a 3-year endeavor. Sociology, yeah. Oh yes, that was something. I can't remember if I talked about this on stream yesterday, but that was something. So people are complaining about DICE. Is it DICE? Makes Battlefield. They're complaining about Battlefield 4 censoring white man. And I don't think that's sensible. They should be censoring it. Because the only context in which you'd say white man in, like, online discussion, the phrase white man is almost always used as a slur, right? A racist slur. Sexist slur, too, for that matter. I know I should have used the strafers first. I was kind of hoping Bertha would hit just before the anti-creep got there. So when they ban white man, that's not, like, an insult to white men or whatever. I don't understand how that could possibly be, like, an insult to men or whatever. Or, like, a sexist thing towards men to ban people being able to say white man. The reason they're banning people saying white man, at least the reason that makes sense to me, because they haven't made a statement about it, and that's just pure stupidness, right? They should have made some kind of official statement. If what I'm saying is right, they should have just made a statement about it, and that would have been fine. I was away. Is this Battlefield 5? Yes. It seems entirely reasonable to me that you would ban the use of the phrase white man in Battlefield 5, because white man is almost exclusively used online as a racial slur. Well, if you think you should ban racial slurs, which I respect your opinion if you think you shouldn't. What about free DLC? Yeah, that's obviously just shady as crap. I'm not trying to say Battlefield 5 is fine. I'm just saying that specific thing is just seems sensible to me. Well, unless you think you should be allowed to call people racial slurs, which would be, you know, a position I wouldn't necessarily dismiss out of hand, because, you know, there are those that think you should be able to say anything you want. Oh crap. I never remember to expand my beam defense. Okay, there we go. Got them sorted. Did we never collect this ether? Did it get killed? We have so many snipers. How did it get killed? Alright, let's get on here now. You guys annihilate this lot, please. I think the scandalous thing wasn't they censored it. The scandal would have come to the point where... The scandal is that we've come to the point where white man is a slur. Yeah, I guess. Although, to be fair, like... There is... I don't think that's... Well, no, okay. I was going to say it's not scandalous because there's, like, insults for every race. If that makes sense. Like, there are slurs that apply to everyone. I guess it's scandalous that white man alone is considered a slur. Yeah, I can see that being a scandal, but that's hardly it's hardly Battlefield's fault, right? I know you're not saying it is Battlefield's fault, but that's hardly something you can lay at DICE's feet. It's like, hey DICE, sort out this new wave of bigotry you've got going on. New wave of bigotry might be a bit excessive, but you know what I mean. Oh, I know. If we put a relay here, will it be able to connect to the Bertha? Unfortunately, I think extra long relays only connect to things further away. They don't get connections from things further away, which is a shame. Would you get deleted already? Excuse me? Have I made it so I can never use this thing because the freaking relay is busted? That doesn't seem fair. What do you get here? Would you get this bit just to clear it all out? So how did it get on here again? I guess it was a specific subspace place from this one. Thoughts on Siri casting? It kills any interest I have in the Witcher series because the reason, not because I think it's, well, let me talk about whether I think it's a bad casting choice or not in a second. But first off, I don't think it's a particular, oh, can we kill these with these? I doubt it, but we'll find out. I'll talk about what I think about it as a casting choice in a second, but it kills any interest I have in watching the series because why won't you get destroyed when I press the destroy button? It's very irritating. I don't know why that's happening. Boo, racist, you just hate minorities. Now, the reason it would kill any interest I had in watching the Witcher Netflix show is the only reason I would be at all interested in watching a Witcher Netflix show is essentially to become re-immersed in the Witcher universe that I experienced when playing the games. And that's going to be immediately removed if the characters cast look even quite dissimilar than the characters essentially in the games. Whether they're, you know, whatever race or whatever they are, they'd have to be, like, pretty similar for me to be interested in watching it. Not to mention the plot would just break. No, you just have to change the race of some people. Like, whoever her mum is, just make her mum black and then it's fine. It doesn't break the plot, you just have to change some stuff. There's nothing wrong with changing stuff for a new adaptation of a thing. If you change it in, you know, positive ways. For good reasons. Or minor ways for any reason. The Emperor. She doesn't have to be, like, the Emperor could just be black. That would be fine. Well, would it? The Empire's pretty racist. You could make the whole Empire black. That would work. But yeah, I don't think that kind of stuff is a particularly big deal. Just because, you know, it doesn't matter. if the Empire's right, if black in Witcher much. Just make everyone black. Not everyone. Just the, you could just make the Empire black, though, plausibly. Trying to look for the genocide stuff on my university's website. I'm both sad and happy I can't find it. I'm pretty sure York doesn't offer one. York's where I went to university, if you're not familiar. Those of you that might be newer. I don't think York does. Could be wrong. Do you believe the world is too sensitive this generation? Sensitivity, without, if you don't qualify the term, is a good thing. Strictly a good thing. Sensitivity represents a higher standard. Some standards, I think, people hold in terms of what is and isn't acceptable speech, for example, sometimes, can be, they're not more sensitive, they're just holding stupid standards. That isn't because they're too sensitive. It's because their standards are wrong. So, for example, there are those that will believe that saying manpower is bigoted, right? It's not that they're too sensitive. They're just incorrect. Do you see what I mean? So being more sensitive is caring more. You know, the most sensitive person wishes... Oh, fuck. I forgot, excuse my language. I completely forgot about these things again. The most sensitive person essentially wishes and won't put up with a maximal amount of bad stuff, basically, right? So the kind of ultimate stoic person has, like, basically doesn't care what situation they're in. They're completely content with whatever situation they find themselves in. They'll just be okay with it, right? And the maximally sensitive person on the other end of the spectrum will put up with nothing but the very, very best. And that's not a bad thing. You know, if you are in a position to have the if you're in a position to realistically achieve the optimal world, the perfect city, as the Greeks would put it, then you should aspire for that. But that's not the same as having standards that are just stupid, like not knowing the etymology of the word man, for example, and not knowing that manpower and mankind and all those things are words invented in a period of history where man meant adult human. And if you just don't know that and complain because you don't know that, and hence you're, you know, ignorant of the meaning of those words, and hence based on your incorrect conclusion about the meaning of those words, you make some objections. You're not too sensitive, you're just an idiot. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? The Empire is already black. What are you talking about? No, they're not. They're Austrians. So how high is this stuff? 7. So our guns can't shoot because they're not high enough up. So we're going to create a big 7 high area so we can line up our guns. That is the plan. Not this HRE bullshit again. Look, I'm right. We go collect the excess over here. Get a few more to collect the last bits as well. There we go. E.g. that Kylie Jenner, who changed from a man to a man, sorry, a man to a woman, a YouTuber referred to them as Bruce Jenner, and Twitter exploded for them as being insensitive to dead name her. I have never heard dead name before. So, being sensitive to people calling you the name you wish to be called. I think if someone wants to be called a certain name, it's polite of you to call them that name. Basically, unless that name is like, you know, Dick Hitler, then call them whatever they want you to call them. That just seems polite to me. And I think people should be polite to each other, because then we all get along and, you know, the world is a happier place. Whether you have to respect someone's opinion about what gender they are, I think in terms of calling them a name that they pick. You don't need to decide what gender they are. So calling someone Bruce when they want to be called, what is it? Kylie. Kate, what's her name? Kylie? Yeah. Didn't she kill someone with her car? I think I heard she killed someone. Anyway, I could be wrong. That just seems polite. It just seems impolite. It's not like a hate crime, I don't think, to call someone a different name. Like if you called me so this is a good example. People on my Discord, if you're not familiar with this YouTube, they're strange in the Discord. Don't go there. It's a it's a dark place. But I'm kidding. It's quite nice most of the time. But people call me like any other variant of any kind of name vaguely similar to Christo beginning with a C. And that's, you know, if it weren't a joke, that would be rude. Obviously, it is a joke and I completely don't mind. But it's not a hate crime. Like, let's say I wanted you to call me Christo, and I think I'm a guy, and you called me Christorina, and pretended, like, called me a girl's name. I don't think that's a hate crime. He's clipped Dick Hitler. That is quite funny. We actually do need some more cannons. Don't castrate me for building more cannons. Because they were on the side that Kylie, since they were on about Kylie before she became Kylie, they called her Bruce and she was famous, but the LGBTQ community blew exploded. Sorry, so who called her a different name? Were they like reporting on her or something, and therefore trying to call her the name that other people would recognize? Why isn't the destroy thing working? We just can't destroy buildings in this campaign anymore? That's very strange. Lasers can shoot upwards, can't they? I think they can, so it's not an issue about having them being behind the wall. It was YouTubers talking about her. Well, I mean, probably the reason certain YouTubers were calling her Kylie, sorry, calling her Bruce or whatever, was because they were attempting to imply that she wasn't a woman. And that's, in some senses, rude, but they're also entirely welcome to that opinion. And this, all right, this annoys me. So on, well, I don't know. Maybe I could get, like, I don't know. Maybe people would get really upset with me if I said this. I don't know. I don't think so, because I'm very measured in the way I say things. Words don't have inherent meanings. Someone on the, someone's changed their name to Dick Hitler. That's hilarious. Oh, that's really clever. I like that. Well done. Are you fighting water? Yeah, pretty much. It's, I mean, you know, it's goop, nanobots, creep, whatever. Alright, so on the gender thing. Words don't have inherent meanings. Someone on the EU Facebook group was trying to tell me what a word, about a word's inherent meaning. Words don't have inherent meaning. Obviously. We invented them. Things can only be inherent if they exist from the outset. We invented words and they rapidly change. Right? They very frequently change what they mean. Now, if I were to say, let me pick someone in chat, Gandalf. Gandalf, I assume you are a guy. If I were to say Gandalf is a guy, what I mean by that is not anything about Gandalf's psychology. It's not anything about Gandalf's... Oh, 1 bit. Thank you, Lilu Dallas Multipass. Thank you. You're very kind. So let's say Gandalf is a... Let's say Gandalf is a guy by traditional, like, biological definitions. If I were to say Gandalf is a guy, what I mean is Gandalf has a Y chromosome. And that is all I mean. Right? That's the extent of what I mean by Gandalf is a guy. So, for example, me saying that Gandalf is a guy is not inconsistent with me referring to Gandalf as a she, with me respecting Gandalf's opinion that she... I need to be number 1. I get 2 pride flags. That is good timing. Thank you. It doesn't have anything to do with my opinion about Gandalf's role in society or the way they should dress or the way they should behave. Another 2. I think the latest one gets it. Alright, let's not make it about Gandalf. Let's make it about myself to make it clearer. Let's say I woke up tomorrow morning and I suddenly had, like, the most extreme case of gender dysphoria you've ever heard of. I had a deep internal feeling that I... These are my last 2 bits. Oh, no. You're not going to be able to keep up. The battle is on. The battle for the top spot. Can I... Hang on, let me try something. Oh, you can't cheer on your own channel. That's ridiculous. Oh, Lilu takes the lead. You'll be number 2 forever, Julk. Fuck you. Alright, anyway, let me finish my thought on the gender thing, because I'm sure this isn't the most interesting topic for everyone. Right, you can't shoot right at them. What? I can't shoot there either? Is it out of range? Why can't I shoot this gun anymore? Maybe it'll go yellow when it's charged or something. I don't understand why it won't fire here. Well, we'll see. Right, so let's say I decide I didn't decide, but I had a very strong feeling tomorrow that in fact I was not a boy, I was a girl. And I then started behaving, well, behaving is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit questionable because there aren't female behaviors. But let's say I started going through all kinds of hormone replacement therapy and surgery and all kinds of things. My girlfriend would be very perturbed, I think, by the way. But, you know, all this starts happening. And I want you to call me Christorina. And all that kind of stuff. By the definition of guy that I just gave earlier, in terms of having a Y chromosome, I'm still a guy. Even if, you know, I do everything you can think of in terms of becoming a guy, in terms of becoming a girl. Because at the moment, there is no gene therapy that can allow you to switch over your genetic makeup from being XY to XX or vice versa, right? There might be in the future. It's entirely possible. In some ways, I kind of hope there eventually is something like that, because I think it would help some people with some serious mental conditions around gender dysphoria. But as long as that doesn't happen, then there's no way by that definition for me to become a guy. Now you can, sorry, for me to become a girl. So if that's the definition you're using, then obviously it's ridiculous. The idea that people can change genders by that definition is ridiculous. But there's nothing that ties you to that definition, so you could pick a different one if you like. And some people, I was going to say lots of people, but I don't actually know what kind of percentage of people subscribe to this kind of stuff. Some people have a different definition, especially when applying to themselves. So some people say, I am aware that I have X chromosome, for example. I have 2 X chromosomes, but I really feel like I should be a guy. I have in some cases, I have a distinct, like, diagnosable hatred towards my body. And I want it to change, right? And then by some definitions, in terms of, like, psychological definitions, maybe you could consider them to be a girl rather than a guy. You're just buying your way to the cockpit. Cody gets the 100-bit. Takes the lead. Thank you, Cody. I'm Countess Christorina, exactly. So, you see what I mean? Like, you can just get 2 definitions of what it is to be a guy and what it is to be a girl. And then you can essentially just pick one. And I do think, rather passionately, that it is not a hate crime to use the more biologically minded definition. And I may be wrong that it's the more biologically minded one. I'm open to input on that. What the hell? Oh, because we were moving stuff. Right. That's fine. Just get a couple of cannons down here. We've got very fast build speed, so I think they'll get there in time. Does that make sense? I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with using the more biological definition. And I personally tend to use the more biological definition because I find it more useful. Because they're, you know, if I'm trying to establish, like, this is the last thing I'll say on gender stuff, because I'm sure it's boring for some of you. On what are the important things about being a guy or a girl in terms of what sex you are, right? When does it matter? And there are a couple of cases in your life where it matters. Number 1 is picking a sex partner. For most people, not everyone, but for most people, the gender of themselves and then, you know, cross-compared to their potential sex partner will matter to them. And so in that circumstance, it matters. In that circumstance, the one that matters is the biological definition. In the... Yeah, Cody, now you need to get Twitch Prime so you can have another one. And then you subscribe so you get another one. Does that make sense? So that's one of the very few cases in which it actually matters what gender you are. Is about picking sex partners. And in that case, no one... Oh, well, some people might be. But if I was picking a sex partner, what I'm interested in is the biological definition. Which is why I would use that definition. Alright. I'll stop talking about gender now. But those are my basic views. Be polite, be nice to people. Generally, treat people how they would like to be treated. Not necessarily how you would like to be treated. Because you would like to be treated how you would like to be treated, and therefore you should treat them how they would like to be treated. There you go. Jesus was a little bit overly simplistic in his morality. Jesus and, you know, all other major moral systems on the whole globe, because everyone comes up with that. Alright, so other questions? Repost your questions, by the way, just to make it a little bit easier for me to play and read chat. If you had any other topics or questions you wanted me to speak to, I am all ears. I'm thinking, by the way, about trying to start a regular podcast with me, Adaway, and maybe some other people on Saturdays, like 3 to 6 on Saturdays, and we just kind of take topics from chat and then chat about random stuff. I think that sounds fun. Did you hear about the guy who got kicked out of a friend's wedding for saying, "This is so sad, Alexia, play Despacito"? I mean, wouldn't you kick them out of your wedding? If someone started playing Despacito in the middle of my wedding, of course you kick them out. Obviously, right? I would invite him to my wedding. He would be drowning out the band that I had probably paid a substantial amount to come play at my wedding. Or what stage in the wedding? How did you manage to kill that turret? Was he not loaded, maybe? Unfortunately, there was a lecture assistant in the funeral, which was the main assistant of Paul's general... Oh, you mean like a person... Wait, what? There was an lecture assistant in the funeral. Henry was in the funeral of a friend's grandmother. Oh, funeral! I thought you said wedding! A funeral? Jesus Christ, that's awful. The last one, everyone's crying. He accidentally slipped out. Oh, he just said something. He was talking to someone called Alexa. It was a funeral, not a wedding. Yeah, that's a bit different. Just a little bit massively different. Alright, let's make a push here. You shouldn't never talk to him again. It was an accident. You can't get angry with someone in the long term over an honest mistake. That's just ridiculous. Mixed up funeral and wedding, 200 IQ. It wasn't me that mixed it up, it was Gandalf. Maybe you're talking about Gandalf, though. Neo Anderson, welcome back, my man. That's very nice of you. Subscribing with a tier 1 sub. 10 months in a row, my good God. That's ridiculous. You are very generous, good sir. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Did I tell you that Twitch paid out for the first time a while ago? It was like a month and a half ago. I can't remember if I'd said it yet. But that was quite exciting. I actually made some... actually made money off Twitch for the first time in like... it took like a year. This is a lot of anti-creep we're laying down. Gotta try and get a nullifier on here at time. Sorry, I'm just gonna focus on this for a second. I don't like their odds. Maybe with some suppression, though. Hey, he's got the emote! Twix Money's, you rich? I know, they gave me $106. Rich AF, boys. Should probably kill this thing, right? Oh god, this isn't even in range of a freaking... I'm a fool. Make Zeph play at your wedding. What is he even going to play? Shouldn't there be like a key somewhere on this place? Oh yeah, the inhibitor. That means we win, right? Because that's it? Or do we have to destroy... I mean, what are you going to target? Because these things have been destroyed. Game? I'm curious what's going to happen. It just spins up and then stays spun up. Okay. We win, right? Or maybe we have to connect to the other one. Christo's girlfriend Twitch name? It's Comtesse. Comtesse de Morsif. It's the name of Count Christo's original fiancé. Well, only fiancé. Relay lost. Oh, that's alright. Doesn't matter. By the way, do you get stronger strafers if you build them on these things? Because everything else you get stronger. Remus just gifted a tier 1 sub to Cody. Yeah, roll the icons on Cody. Remus, that's very nice of you. Their first gift sub. Remus, that's very nice of you. You're just lurking and then suddenly he comes out with a gift sub. You're a wonderful man. Let's get some more strafing in there. So apparently it's like gift timber or something. If you gift someone a sub, they can get another sub the next month for $1. Not everyone in the community hates me, Seth. That's probably true. You're just jealous I had more votes in the last election. There have been some modding elections. You can resub gifted subs at $1. Cool. I just checked Discord and apparently I joined your server in 2017. Yeah, baby. This channel's been going almost 2 years. Isn't that freaking mind-blowing? 2 years! It's been going 1 year... 1 year, like 8 months. It was March. No, it was January I started, I think. Right? Something like that. One of those dates. Was it January? Could someone check? When did I found my YouTube channel? You can't check on the Twitch channel because Twitch came later. I'm guessing we just have to attach to this to win. Damn. Did we lose the right... Oh no, we just lost this one. That's fine. Oops. I took away too many of these guns. Let's just dump a bunch of guns in here, shall we? Damn it. Losing more. This was created on the 25th of the 2nd. Okay, so it must have been January then. I think it was like January 9th. Discord was still pretty new back when the server started. Yeah? Who requested Discord? It must have been for a it was for the 3v3v3, right? Must have been. Okay, we're connected, right? Yep, it's charging. So do we win? Why haven't we won? Someone who plays this game, are any of you still around? I could understand if you weren't. But because this isn't exactly, you know, brilliant gameplay we're seeing here. Oh, I'm such a tool. You go collect. You go collect the story thing, Christo. That's what you do. Alright. Any other questions? Anyone else have any topics? I can come up with topics if you don't, but you know, I like... Sorry, Zeph, what do you have? You made the Discord. That's true! I forgot! Back in Count Christo history, Zeph made the Discord. What was it for, Zeph? Was it for the 3v3v3? Also, can you make Russian a mod? We had a vote and he won 100% of the votes. Did you make the mod? The vote by any chance? Hey, I just got an achievement. Master Commander. What's that? Complete the Chanson story mission. It was a hard fight to collect this message, so tell me it isn't some entertainment vid. I would never believe we would find this. This is the second part of the message we found. Oh, I'm shocked. We got the first half of the message, and then the next main story mission gives us the second half. The treaties on the cylindrical eternity. It was yesterday evening. I remember. It's actually yesterday morning. It was possible to create a device, something unique and singular. I remember. They were prone to fanciful theories. Second part. They named it Arc Eternal. Need time to process the message. Okay. Claim victory. It only took us an hour. Took most people like 30 seconds, of course. As per normal. I'm going to go and check on what happened to my dinner. Because I was told dinner would be... I'm currently at home. Like, you know, family home. I was informed by my mother dear that she would come and get me for dinner an hour and a quarter ago. So I'm going to go and investigate. I may come back with food. In which case we'll do a little bit of an eating stream. But I think Creeper will end here. We might do some warships. Although I might do solo warships actually, Cody. So I can keep doing the chat interaction. Because I'm enjoying the chat interaction today. So I'll be right back. And thank you for watching on YouTube, by the way. There will be more Creeper in the future. Stay tuned.